before we start, we have a couple of visitors today, Sarah and Kara. I remembered that, and they're from the Crisis Stabilization Center and Community Health and Behavioral Services, and they'd like to tell us about their services. Go right ahead, ladies. You got the helm. Let her rip.
Hello. So like you said, my name is Kara Harvey. I'm the program manager of the Upstate Caring Partners Crisis Stabilization Center. We opened last December, and we are looking forward to serving the community. We are seeing individuals, children, youth, and adults that struggle with mental health, substance use, and really just any crisis that they're experiencing. We've seen, small things where people are coming in, suicidal ideation, things like that. We've also seen, homelessness, food insecurity, and so the goal of our program is to provide them a supportive area where we can provide them care coordination services to help them get set up with the resources that we have in the area to create and foster the community so that they're able to get back on their feet, resolve the crisis that they're experiencing, and kind of move forward. The goal of our program, like we said, is kind of maintaining dignity, respect, just providing a space where people feel comfortable. It's a diversion to the hospital setting. The goal is to kind of take some of that weight off of the hospital. We know that the emergency rooms can sometimes become overloaded, especially with psychiatric and substance use population. And so the goal is that people can come to us first. We can kind of triage where they are in that level of crisis. If we need to get them to the hospital, then by all means, we will work to get them there. But we're an area of support where they can be with us for up to 24 hours, and we can help stabilize them during that time.
So can I ask a quick question? I know, but very quickly. So do you work with the fire department if they go and they're in the triage? Because I know a lot of our, ambulance services are in the fire department, with the fire department at the ambulance or emergency room, excuse me.
So right now, I believe with New York State law, the ambulance cannot come directly to us for drop-offs.
So can you explain that?
Correct,
So
yeah,
that it kind
yeah,
of
which
makes
is, it's
sense?
Department of Health, it's a Department of Health rule. We can't transport directly to stabilization center,
Yep.
and we can't transport directly to a urgent care.
So do you know of the patient if they're going to the emergency room? Obviously we're kind of familiar with some of the patients that go to your facility now. And is the county involved, and is there anybody from the county that's trying to help out, intervene, and
Yeah, I think
so on and
there's
so forth?
Services there. We're not at your facility a lot.
No.
Usually when we get called, it's because person's
Usually
require-
overdosing
Yeah.
and something along
Something,
those lines.
right.
Okay.
We're going to require protective custody.
Okay.
Yep.
For a longer stay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We do a good job at that as an access point.
But on that note, we do have, with the local police agencies, they are bringing people to us. So if they feel that somebody meets criteria for 941, they are able to bring them to us as long as that person is voluntarily willing to stay with us. And most of the time they are.
So what happens if they're not?
If they're not, then they have to go to the hospital because we can't, our program is voluntary, so we can't force them to be in there.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Sorry, I didn't mean.
No, you're fine. Perfectly fine. That's pretty much the gist of of what we're doing. We're trying to get our, our name out in the community. We had our ribbon cutting, so we've seen an influx of people since people kind of know that we're there. But we really want to get the word out because we know that this is a needed service for this area, just Oneida County in general. And so we want to be able to help the population and, service them, get them set up with, we have so many resources in this area. Sometimes people are just lacking that connection, and sometimes we can be that barrier and foster the connection and help create less barriers in that situation.
And on staff too, we have mental health professionals, We have registered nurses, we have case acts that are available, we have licensed clinical social workers as well. A big role that we also assist with is the care coordination, to what Kara said. A lot of individuals, homeless population or otherwise, are coming to us. They're not connected with a case manager not yet. They're not connected with some of these other resources that are really gonna be a support to them to continue to help them to get to the next level for shelter or supportive housing or any of these measures where we're getting them to the next step. And we try to identify those gaps, fill those gaps, get them connected with the resources during that intermediary time.
I'll go around. Katie?
No, thank you for coming.
No, thank you for coming. Frank?
Yeah, no, it's wonderful, thank you.
Okay. Just one question. Where's your main source of funding come from?
So this is funded by OMH and Oasis. It's their first joint venture in New York State to come together and create this type of environment. We're one of 5 that are open in New York State, and there's several more that are set to open, but the majority of funding comes from there. I believe there is some county funding as well, just to kind of help things keep up and running. And then we are getting some insurance. We are able to bill for some insurances, especially like the Medicaid population that has picked up on being able to bill. We're still working with commercial insurers to pick up and start billing.
And how long has this program been in existence?
It opened in December of this past year.
Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I actually was at an event you guys were tabling at yesterday,
Yes.
and you guys gave me a lot of information and actually answered a lot of my questions there. Will you guys be doing anything mobile too throughout the community? In certain areas of the community, like a mobile truck that will be out there where people can learn about you or can come talk to people besides the location?
So I don't know that we're going to be doing that. I do know that Upstate Caring Partners will be taking on mobile crisis starting June 1st. So I think there will be a lot of overlap with our programs. You know, there hasn't been a lot of discussion about that at this point. But I think that just in the continuum of care, there will be that. So part of that will be that being boots on the ground out in the community, making sure we're getting help for the people that need it, bringing them back to the stabilization center if that's where we think they're going to flourish best, or getting them to the emergency rooms if they need that.
Awesome. And one last question. Are you working with any of the nonprofits or organizations within the city? Partnering?
We work with a whole slew of people.
Great.
We've set up MOUs with a lot of different agencies, and we're still willing to work through that with other agencies if they reach out. That's a big part of what I'm doing in my role at the center. And we're trying, like I said, we're trying to get out there to the schools. We're trying to get out to all of the different areas and get our name out there so people understand what we are, understand what we're not, and help, just essentially help people.
Yeah, I've heard great things about you guys, and I've met a few of your employees, so thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you.
That's it.
Yeah, I got one more. So it says, what is Supportive Crisis Stabilization Center? Like, just kind of get into tack of how you are, because again, police, fire, DPW, parks, needles, this, that, and the
Yep.
third. Like, we've got a lot of things that are going on in our city. How can we reach out and talk to you? How can we help? And again, appreciative of you being here and helping us.
We
you
want
know.
to help.
Yep.
Yes, so absolutely.
So,
Thank you.
I brought some marketing material that has our phone number on it. Ideally, any single person can call us and say, hey, I've got this person, I really think they could benefit from your services, I have them here with me, do you think that you could come out and meet with them? Happy to do that. If you know somebody and can get them to our facility in some way, whether it be the police transporting them, whether it be getting a family member, somebody to transport them, completely willing to do that as well. Like we said before, it's a voluntary program, so the people have to be willing to come in and work through and get some of that help. But you don't have to refer, you can walk in, and it's 24/7.
And the last question I have is, do you guys keep tallies on, and I say a tally, like that's not an appropriate thing to say, but do you keep who's there, who's coming to you? Do you know, like, are there repeat
Yes.
people coming? And again, they got to be willing to go there. So then what do you do if they're not? And I might have asked that question earlier, but that's kind of something that we're going through and,
Yeah, so unfortunately, with the mental health and substance use population, people really want to, they have to want the help to get it. And if we, essentially if we try to force that help, we're not gonna get anywhere. And so I think our environment provides them a way to learn about how it could be better. One of the people that we do have in our agencies are peer specialists. So they're people that have had lived experience in some of these things. And they're able to talk through and have conversations with some of the people that are coming in. And maybe the first time they come in, we're not getting anywhere with them. They leave and we haven't set them up with anything. But maybe by the 5th time that they've come, we've got them into inpatient rehab, or we've got them into counseling at community health and behavioral services. And so it's kind of taking the small wins and then moving forward and trying to build on those wins.
All right, sir, thank you so much for coming out. I see your location for everybody who wants to know. Your location's at 1002 Oswego Street, Suite 2, Utica, New York, and your telephone number is 315-520-7802. And how many actually are on your staff?
We have about 52 people on staff.
That's a good staff.
Yes.
That's really good.
Yes.
And you do have overnight stays for people that are in
Yes.
trouble? and-
Yeah, so we're open 24/7. The stay is typically 23 hours and 59 minutes. Now, that doesn't mean that if something's going on, we're gonna boot them out the door at 24 hours. We're gonna work with them and try to get them to the safest, place. But the goal is that 23 hours and 59 minutes.
And let's say that they do need a place to stay, where would you send them at the end of your 23 and 50? Where would you like to, where do you typically send them in the event that they do need a place to stay?
So if it's somebody that is struggling with homelessness and things like that, we're in constant contact with the drop-in center, with the Morrow Center, and so a lot of times we're reaching out to those places. We're making relationships with DSS and talking through plans, if they're able to put people up in hotels, different things like that.
Also, too, oftentimes we may coordinate getting individuals into respite programs as well. We've even seen a lot of our unhoused population that have significant barriers with activities of daily living, and we've been able to assist even getting them into assisted living, taking those steps to try to coordinate that for whatever is the best plan of action for that individual.
So it's really individual based, and so no single case that comes in is the same as the next.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah and Tara, for coming. And if you would like to come and visit us again, you're more than welcome. Just let us know.
Okay, perfect.
for having
Thank you
us.
so much. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Okay, I'd like to go over the legislation coming up. The first one is a resolution approving railroad law application form. Everybody looking at that? Any questions?
Yeah, are we,
Good, all right.
we're good with this?
The next one is a resolution to approve and endorse the city's New York Play application for the MLK Dream Park in Cornhill. And any questions on that? Go around.
Yeah, what is this, what is this? Just they're putting a new park,
It's just supporting the application for it.
okay.
Yeah, it's a grant application to build a new playground at MLK Park. There's the one that's being lost behind Mohawk Valley Community Action Agency when
Okay.
people first built their West Street Impact Center.
Okay.
I do have a question. Originally, when they were talking about the impact center and using the neighborhood park that was taken away on Miller Street, they had originally said that they were going to build a playground across the street from the Head Start Center, and DCAA's open lot across the street. Is that still going to happen?
The mayor would prefer to see it actually on the other side of the Head Start Center where the MLK Park is.
But that particular area is, being used a lot now by, people out of work and homeless individuals. If you go by the park now, has a lot of stuff in it that shouldn't be in there. And I don't know if we gotta get DPW, because they usually get rid of everything, but it's becoming a little bit more populated. So, and I don't know if we've solved the problem of, the needles.
Dennis, can you,
Yeah.
can you say the area again? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear
Huh?
you. Can you see the area again? I couldn't hear you.
The area,
Yeah.
Steuben and, South Street, on the corner there.
Largely because of Pope House, I believe.
Yeah, I did a letter to approve it, because, you know, what they're gonna do, and the park's been there for a long time, and it's gonna make it a lot better. But I just hope that we can do something about the population that's hanging out in there right now if we do get the grant.
And UPD has been there. I would like UPD to give an update, obviously not tonight, but
Yeah.
they have been there, and they're trying to do their best with
Yeah,
that as well.
DPW has been cleaning it up on a regular basis. They actually have the, people from the Hope House and whatever cleaning up now. So it's a lot better, it's just that some of the stuff that's being left in there overnight is still in there when you come by in the daytime. I mean, they got a couch and everything in there, so. As long as we can, deal with that problem, we'll be okay.
Any other questions on this? All right. Next one, authorizing sale and beer and wine at the Rust Belt Regatta and post-race party. Pretty good. Next, authorizing sale and beer and wine at the Santa Rosalie Society. Next one is near and dear to all our hearts, honoring the life and service of Thalia Hunter.
The only thing that I'm going to say on this, and I'm obviously honored to sponsor this, but thank you to the clerk's office for everything that you did during that time to have to pull together, you know. It was obviously near and dear to us all, but you guys did a great job, and thank you for everything.
And I think that this would be a full council on this as well. Any problems with that?
No.
Next one is authorizing sale of beer and wine for the July 4th celebration. Pretty good. Next one's our E&A transfers from 25, fiscal year 25-26.
It totals 260,000.
Yep. Next one, ordinance waiving the residence requirement for the position of parks, for the park mason. We'll be going over that today. Mark, anything, you'd like to say anything on that?
No, just that this opening has been there for the last maybe 6 years, and there's a lot of infrastructure that needs to be done in the city, and this young man is willing to lead the Masons Union to take this position, and we interviewed him, and we see that he's very qualified for it. So I would appreciate the waiver.
Any issue on that, anybody? That'd be from Mr. Petrillo Jr. Next one, authorizing sale and beer and wine to the Munson and BTS Catering. To Munson and BTS Catering. We good? All right, next one, resolution approving the sub-receipt agreement for the distribution of an Oneida County Award under the New York State Discovery Reform Grant Program for state fiscal year 23-24. Brian, you got anything on that? Is that anything to do with you, or?
No, the county put in for a grant through the state for various local law enforcement agencies. We are just now getting the funds, or the county is just now getting the funds, so it's just the agreement to get reimbursed for, I believe it was overtime costs as part of the program. I think it was attached. So we're just looking for the authorization to execute the agreement to get those funds.
You know what's at $30,000 is saying here?
30,000 is what we're getting.
Okay, very good. Any questions on that?
Nope.
All right. Next one, ordinance authorizing the purchase of 37 Meadow Street. And this is You good on that?
Stephanie, if you could speak on that, I would appreciate it.
Yep. So this is located in the harbor. I believe there was a picture attached, Exhibit A. I'm not sure if you have it. But we are looking to purchase a portion of Meadow Street and it abuts Lee Street for parking. The city has a grant to put in a parking lot. So we're just furthering that. Initially, the harbor, the LDC was gonna purchase it, but because the city got the grant, we're gonna be getting the money to pay for it and put in the parking lot.
And this has been something that's been going on for years, finally.
What was the grant? Is
So-
that, sorry.
So I don't know the specific grant that we received. I don't know, Brian, do you know the grant?
It was $2 million through the
Okay, so there's.
Power Authority and Canal Corp.
And the 2 million is not gonna go just for that, is it?
No, it's the boat launch, it's signage at the entrance, it's.
Because this is for
trails.
75,000 is
Is
what
it
the
still
sale
called
is.
37 Meadow Street?
Yes, that's what,
Okay, thank you. Next one's an ENAC transfer again for fiscal year 25-26. Next one is a ENAC transfer for, again, for 25-26. Law salary, law contract services. Next one is a bond ordinance authorizing the issuance of $850,000 serial bond to the city of Utica, United County to finance purchase of police department vehicles. Ken, would you like to talk to us about that?
Yeah, so currently in the patrol division, we're supposed to have 25 patrol vehicles. We're currently down to 11. And vehicles that we're trying to backfill the position with, they're just wear and tear on them. The miles on them are high and not really ready to go out and be on the street 24/7 because they've already been passed down the line to be, just spares to go to and from details like the high school or any other, like a detail like the Boilermaker. They're not made, or they're not serviceable anymore to be on the street 24/7 like we are. So we only have 11 out of 25 we're supposed to have. So we're really in dire need of vehicles right now. Usually we would purchase, I think, like 6 to 8 vehicles a year. None were purchased last year, so we're kind of behind the 8 ball there.
Can I ask, why are we not on the lease purchase agreement with the vehicles? Because we were in a really good rotation of getting vehicles, through what they needed to do. I mean, I
I
don't
think
know.
they're still paying for some leases. I'd have to check into that.
If you
I
can,
think they got
please.
rid of that because it wasn't fiscally. I think the sheriff's department is also getting rid of that, if I'm not wrong.
From the
I don't
lease
think
purchase-
it's- I
from
don't
the
think
lease-
it's fiscally responsible, I think.
yeah, I believe, and don't quote me, I believe there was some question about.
Because they had to buy out the vehicles at the end of it, and it wasn't worth it
Yeah, I
after
think-
that.
Yeah, I think there
Okay.
was some issue as it relates to that. I'm not exact, but there were some issues we had a discussion about.
Okay.
initially.
How
mean-
many vehicles are we trying to get with this?
We're trying to get 12 police vehicles, 1 ACO truck, and 1 UTV.
You said, wait, 12, 1 and 1? 12.
Yeah, 12 police vehicles, 1 pickup truck for ACO, Animal Control Officer, and 1 UTV.
Thank you.
Are they all gonna be cruisers, is that what they are?
Yeah, there'll be SUVs,
And how many vehicles total did you plan?
12.
How do those,
Yeah, the budget director gave me this, year 2, the principal 415,000 with the interest of 29,750, and year 3, 435, interest of 16, totals 850,000, and the interest will be $74,725 for the vehicles.
how is something like this procured? Do we just pick a certain vendor, or who can pay?
We're a state contract, like a few different vendors. We go with, like, we get quotes. We already got some quotes from Ford, and we got some quotes from Chevy regarding that. And then we got quotes for upfitting the vehicle, was also included in that, I think, bond cost that I provided with the budget director. So each vehicle is tallied out per, and that's what I think that 850 came out to be.
Cool, thank you.
12 vehicles.
So if you, do
It's like 60,000
It's not bad
each.
for 12 vehicles. I mean,
you have a question on that?
usually when we do the bonds, the vehicles are broken down, so
Yeah.
you might want to add that to the bond.
If you want- All right, so then add the individual vehicles into each of one, each,
Yeah, I'd like
you
to
know.
see that.
It could be attached to it. Do you have that?
If that's okay with the council.
Yeah.
You,
To be
that's what
attached to
you,
it.
that's what you used to do in the past. I just didn't get the chance to see this yet. Secondly, Rock got the numbers from the budget director on how much this is gonna cost you. And usually these vehicles only last 3 years, on most part, that's by the state. So you're taking an $850,000, I mean, the ATV, you can't really regulate that, but you can regulate the 12 cruisers. And you're probably looking, just to pay it off in the 3 years, $238,000, not counting the interest. So you have to add that to it.
Frank, excuse me, Comptroller Miola, we just had an extra $500,000. They probably could have purchased vehicles, and instead of taking care of our needs, we put it towards something else. So what
I'm
do you
not debating
suggest?
that with you, Sam.
So
I'm
what
just
do
giving
you
facts.
suggest? What else we do at this point?
Right now, I'm just telling you what it's gonna cost you. to buy these
It's a lot of money, $850,000. I
So
don't
at least
disagree
you
with
guys
that.
know it before you vote for it. See, the whole thing about it, Sam, you want to
So
know all the facts.
what do you want to do? Like,
I wanna-
besides the bond ordinance, what would you suggest to do?
Right now, we got bans that we're adding up from paving. This year, we took out a ban for $24,578,000.
Mhm.
It's costing the city taxpayers close to $2.5 million with interest and principal.
Frank,
Just
the
on-
last time you were sitting in the fourth ward council seat, we took out a ban for $2 million on paving that was overspent through ARPA funding. So I get it, when we spend money,
Just
that's
wanna-
a
I'm
that's a
just-
big
Samantha,
problem.
I'm not telling you, I'm just giving you facts.
So let me ask you a question. Again, if you don't want to bond for the $850,000, what is the next step to take?
There is no step.
Okay.
Because
If I-
bonding is the only thing we could do at this time to purchase the vehicles for the.
Right, so again, so we probably shouldn't have spent $500,000 in the extra money that we had coming
If
to
I may
us
have the floor?
on something that wasn't necessary. Again, we have.
Councilman Lomedico, if I may have the floor.
It was not necessary when you have.
Point of
money
order.
That you don't know what you're doing and spending money that you don't have.
Point of order.
It's out of control. And Comptroller Miola, again, I'm gonna ask you a question.
It's 100%.
What do we do if we can't bond for $850,000 for the vehicles? We don't buy vehicles and we just let the police department go? Because I don't know what else to do.
That's not the statement I'm giving you, Samantha. I'm giving
Okay.
you only facts on what the cost is for purchasing it.
Exactly.
I'm only giving
So you should explain to the first ward councilperson, the second ward councilperson, the third ward councilperson, the fifth ward councilperson, at large and at large. Because they should know how to spend money in the
Hey,
city.
Councilman,
Because here we are,
may I have the floor?
you know, bonding for $850,000 when we had an extra almost $3 million from the state, and we put $500,000 into paving when we didn't even have that money. It's not a point of order. I've got the floor. No,
Not
she
yet.
does not.
But wait on, Councilman.
Heather, I don't know who you're trying to impress in the audience, but that does not impress me.
Okay, point of order.
Okay, because I am
Councilman
sitting
Lomedico.
here begging you guys
She's had the floor all
on
night.
what to spend money for, and you guys wasted money.
All right, Sam.
You got the police department
All right.
asking you for 12 vehicles.
We're gonna have to figure out a censure. So, if I may,
You have the floor.
thank you. We haven't done capital projects since we've started with this mayor, and this is my concern. I want to see what.
Sam,
I have the
please,
floor.
Stop.
So I think we have a lot to bond for. I'm in favor of the vehicles. That's not anything. But I want to see from the mayor. You know, we have a firehouse to also talk about. We have a lot of funding to discuss. I also hear, you know, it's interesting that you want to bring up 500,000 we didn't need towards paving, but it certainly sounds like we need it because that bid came in $1 million over.
Right. Right. And we got rid of it.
Can I have the floor?
Joe, stop. She has it, all right?
Don't
Please,
yell at me.
have a little, please.
Don't yell at me.
This
So
is
what
not
my
a-
colleagues are upset about right now.
Let her finish. This is embarrassing. Stop.
Okay, we bond $5 million. Well, we don't bond, but we put $5 million towards paving. This year, I think, Nick, can you speak to this? It was how much over did our
Bid came back at 4.4 million.
4.4 million, so about like $1.2 million over budget. So ideally, I know we had to cut $600,000 from Leland Ave to bring that down, and then the mayor's saying, where's the rest of the money's gonna come from? Well, it's gonna come from the $500,000 that the Democrats put up towards that. We wanted it to go towards extra roads, but it's gonna go to just paving the bare minimum, unfortunately. So we did need it.
It's not the bare minimum.
Joe, stop.
It's not
Please,
the bare
Sam,
minimum. It's a
let her
state road.
finish. No, you're
It's
out of
the
order.
capital bond.
Sam, you're out of order.
This is insane.
You'll get your chance.
Always out of order,
You're
Jack.
out of, yeah,
Always out of
and
order.
it's embarrassing.
You guys keep going.
So yeah, we haven't done any capital projects, and this is my concern. The whole point of like a city, we have to do capital projects. We have to invest in our properties. You can't keep missing years. The fact that we're doing like 6 to 8 trucks that we're down per year, and now we have to do 14 at once. This is the price we pay. 12, but then an ATV and then a pickup truck, and then like it's a lot of vehicles. But this is the price we pay, and then it's all at once, and it's a sticker shock. And I think we need, I think we need to be a lot more proactive. And it's not anybody necessarily in this room, but the administration needs to bring us the capital project plans, and or else the city's paying for it. That's all I have. Thank you.
Bob, you have anything to say? Mr. Bitar? Frank? Bennett? Go ahead.
So the only thing I'm going to say very quickly is paving program, what is it that we have to pay? $5 million a year, correct?
Yeah.
And in the budget, it was 6.5, correct?
6.3.
6.3. So we were 1.3 over what we were supposed to do in the first place.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's what we
it came
spent.
in, and hang on, it came in over $1 million
Yeah.
with the gas, with all that stuff, okay? And when we talked, we cut Leland Ave, okay? So the bottom line was there was $700,000 that we wanted to put in a contingency fund that would have been right there. So we can make it sound like we want to sound, and we need to pave this and we need to pave that, but those are the facts. And on top of that, if you want to go farther, we're going to hear from the chief in a little while, which I know a few years ago, to fix that floor, it was going to be $600,000 or $700,000. So we're going to have to bond for that too. So at the end of the day, the smart thing would have been to do is put the money in a savings account like we wanted to do. So we'll all make it work because we always do. We need streets paved. We need vehicles. Let's just work together and get it done. Thank you.
Anybody else like to speak on this? Next thing.
Jackie?
Go ahead, Frank.
I just mentioned to amend it so we can break down the cars after we're buying so we know what we're purchasing. I forgot it, I don't know his name.
I think I provided it with the budget director. I don't know if he has
You
that
said
paperwork.
12 police cruisers
Yes.
and one,
One pickup truck, it's gonna be the animal control vehicle, and one UTV.
all right, one ATV. Could one of the council members amend this to include that, please? Yeah. Thank you.
Next one is City of Utica recognizing the recognition of Pride Month.
Yeah, so this is, we're looking to, I'll be also pulling out tonight ordinance 7 for the flag raising. So this is identical, like we said, to the City of Boston's ordinance that the mayor can still do his flag raisings. If the council wishes to honor and do their own flag raising, they can via proclamation. The only difference is we are still doing an application. So that'll still be going through the clerk's office. So then this will be complementing that with love full council, and just looking to recognize June 2026 as Pride Month officially.
Would anybody probably have a problem with having a full council on that?
I will not pull out the flag.
Well, I am,
component
so.
of it. So, yeah, you're more than
so,
welcome to.
yeah,
You
you
do
can vote
everything
now.
you want to. So.
Sure do.
All
Thanks.
right, the next one is intersection where stop required. That is on Sunset Ave and Newell Street, four-way stop. Councilman Burmaster, like to say anything on that?
No, I requested it some time ago. I want to thank Drew for getting the information and that's all I'm going to try.
Maybe anybody like to pull anything out of the committee of the whole meeting?
No,
I'll just
but
do an ordinance 7.
Anybody would like to pull anything out?
Just ordinance 7 we'll be pulling out, the flag raising at the end of the packet.
Ordinance 7.
Yeah, the very bottom one for the flag raisings.
Anything else?
yeah. So in our next meeting in 2 weeks, I'd like to call for a committee meeting. I talked to Councilman Bitar. I've already talked to some department heads. It's regarding, been getting a lot of complaints on trees that are on people's property, but they're dangerous situations. So I have the Rome legislation. I'm not sure we could do it. I wasn't going to just publish it and put legislation out because we run into that. So I'd like to have a meeting and talk about it, what we can do. There's a lot of things that they have that we don't have, and I'd just like to talk, just have a discussion, okay? Because it's a serious problem, and it's not something, basically, would you like me to explain what their situation is, or you want to wait to the meeting? Wait to the meeting?
We can wait until we bring
Yeah,
everybody
okay,
in.
all right, so
Joe, would
next,
you like to call in?
5 p.m. work for everyone before the next council meeting in June, June 3rd, I believe.
yeah, okay.
5 p.m.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
All right, very good.
All right, last call, anything else?
No.
All right, this meeting is.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
See you at 7.
Will come to order. The city clerk will call the roll.
Aiello, Burmaster, Bitar, Carcone, Irvin, Beatrice, Wazlewski, Colosimo Testa, Lemetico, Giruzzi, all present.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence for the deceased members of the Common Council and a special moment of silence for Thalia Hunter, who passed away this week. She was a longtime Utica City clerk employee, spent many years in there with her dedication, hard work, and sense of pride, and she will definitely be missed. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there a motion and a second to dispense the reading of minutes from the previous meeting?
I'd make a motion. And I'd also like to make a motion to move Thalia's proclamation.
We'll
Thank
do
you.
it. Can I have a motion and a second to waive the rules for a proclamation for Thalia Hunter? Can her family please come up? City clerk will read the proclamation. Can I have a second on that? Can the family please come up?
Yeah. Honoring the life and service of Thalia Hunter. Whereas the City of Utica and the City of Utica Clerk's Office mourn the heartbreaking loss of Thalia Hunter, a truly remarkable woman whose compassion, generosity, and dedication touched countless lives throughout our community. And whereas Thalia devoted 28 years of faithful service to the citizens of Utica throughout her work at City Hall, retiring only to later return part-time because helping others was not simply her profession, but who she was at her core. And whereas Thalia served as a clerk and event coordinator for the many citizens and organizations who came to City Hall to plan events throughout the city of Utica, always offering guidance, patience, and a welcoming smile, and further took on the role of Deputy Registrar of Vital Statistics from December 2005 through 2018, a position requiring extraordinary compassion, patience, and strength, where she provided exceptional care and assistance to funeral directors, grieving families, and members of the public during some of life's most difficult moments. And whereas despite the emotional nature of her work at times, Thalia greeted everyone with warmth, kindness, and a smile that brought comfort to so many. And whereas Thalia was selfless in every aspect of her life, always willing to give of herself to anyone in need, whether through charitable work, assisting the galas and fundraisers, creating raffle baskets without hesitation, volunteering her weekends to help friends, or dedicating her time and talents to organizations such as the Humane Society and others throughout the community. And whereas her generosity, unwavering spirit, and love for others left an immeasurable impact on all who had the privilege of knowing her, and her absence will be deeply felt not only with City Hall, but throughout the city of Utica. Whereas it is fitting that the city recognize and honor Thalia's extraordinary legacy of service, compassion, and commitment to others. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Common Council and the City of Utica hereby honor the life, service, and memory of Thalia Hunter with profound gratitude for her years of dedication and with deepest sympathy to her family, friends, coworkers, and all those whose lives she touched. Be it resolved that the City of Utica, that this resolution be inscribed upon the minutes of the Common Council meeting on May 20th, 2026. I want to give my condolences to her family. Our hearts are broken in the city clerk's office, and she will be deeply missed.
Council members, your votes, please. Nine yes, 5-minute recess.
How is it, you got like people and you want to just proceed? What do you got going on?
Public comment period allows 3 minutes per speaker. Our first speaker, Larry L. No, our second speaker, Ace Muriel. Next one. Okay. Ace, the Common Council has provided you a copy of Section 3244, Public Comment Period. Are you in agreement?
Yes.
Thank you.
Hello, thank you for having me speak public comment tonight. My name is Ace Moriali. I use she or he pronouns, and I am the founder and president of the United County Pride Alliance. I would like to thank Common Council for introducing the 2 bills tonight pertaining to raising flags. It has been a 2-year fight to get the pride flag raised once more at City Hall, and I really appreciate all the support and dedication towards making this happen. I know that it's been a bit of a struggle in wording, but I do appreciate that we have been dedicated into supporting all communities that would like to see representation at City Hall. I want to emphasize that flag raisings are an important part of communities that helps the greater community see that the City Hall recognizes different peoples, their struggles, and welcomes them into the city. Utica is a very diverse place in multiple ways, and in the past 4 years of creating the United County Pride Alliance, we have seen a great surgence of LGBTQIA+ people finding homes here, as we are seeing more and more people move to this area for its welcoming place. We need to make sure that it is visible and that we see that we are being supported on all levels of government. And I really appreciate all the work that has been done. It is something that I hope will really help benefit Utica on multiple different ways, because it doesn't just affect the pride flag, it affects many other flags as well. And that's, sorry. And I really wanted to thank you all for your time, and I look forward to what the outcome of tonight shall be. Thank you.
Thank you, Ace. Sherman Stein. Sherman, the Common Council has provided you a copy of Section 3244, public comment period. Are you in agreement?
Yes.
Thank you.
My name is Sherman Stein, and I am a board member of the Other Side in the Uptown neighborhood of Utica, and a member of the third generation of my family born in the city here. And I am seriously concerned over the city's consideration of signing a contract with Flock Safety and Surveillance to install their vehicle monitoring system in the city. Not only is this an alarming, in my opinion, an alarming violation of the Fourth Amendment, I also believe that it is a bit of a waste of the taxpayers' money. According to an article published in the Daily Sentinel on April 21st, there have been 0 gun-related injuries or deaths in the city this year. Lieutenant Michael Curley partly attributes this decrease in gun-related violence to ICANN's program SNUG, which has also seen success in other cities across upstate New York. What the city needs are stronger ties between members of communities and more programming and opportunities for the city's youth. The city of Baltimore, Maryland is currently seeing a historic low in gun-related violence, dropping to 109 homicides a year from 338 in just 5 years through a very similar program, while decreasing the number of police officers on the beat. And they have not only succeeded in doing this, but they have also prevented crime from moving to other areas. So in my opinion, what the city needs to be focusing on is putting our money and our time into the people of Utica rather than putting our money and our time towards watching the people of Utica. Thank you.
Our next speaker, Aubrey Langley. Aubrey, the Common Council has provided you a copy of Section 3244, public comment period. Are you in agreement?
Yes.
Thank you.
My name is Aubrey Langley. I am also a board member of the Other Side in South Utica, and also have had family grown up in Utica.
Wait, what is the Other Side, if you guys don't?
Oh, it's a community space in South Utica. It's a gallery on Genesee Street across from the Uptown. Okay. I also oppose the use of any new flock cameras or any automatic license plate recognition technology in the city of Utica. These new police technologies test the limits of the Fourth Amendment. According to an article posted this month from the Institute of Justice, the proliferation of police surveillance has led to repeated abuse. One shockingly common form, police officers using ALPR camera networks to keep tabs on their romantic interests, including current partners, exes, and even strangers who unwittingly caught their eye in public. An Institute for Justice review of media reports has identified at least 16 cases nationwide of officers allegedly abusing ALPR data this way, with the bulk of those incidents happening since 2024. Nearly all these officers were criminally charged and lost their jobs either by resigning or getting fired. Flock Safety and other ALPR providers emphasize that they have internal safeguards to prevent this kind of misuse, but only a few of the 16 analyzed cases were initially discovered through internal investigations, according to media reports. Most incidents came to light only after victims reported the officer's behavior to the police, typically in the context of a stalking allegation. In March, for instance, an officer resigned from the Milwaukee Police Department after allegedly using the department's network of ALPRs to track his romantic partner and one of the partner's exes nearly 180 times over a 2-month period. His misconduct surfaced only after his victims looked up their license plate numbers on haveibeenflocked.com, which collects flock audit data that some local governments have made publicly available. MPD subsequently revoked most officers' access to the flock database. In at least one instance, an officer used an ALPR system to stalk a stranger they wanted to pursue romantically. Earlier this year in Florida, a Monroe County Sheriff's deputy allegedly used an ALPR system to track and eventually pull over a woman he met while providing security on a TV set. Not all police misconduct gets detected. In some cases, likely get resolved quietly. Officers frequently cite vague or inaccurate reasons for their searches in ALPR systems, sometimes to evade detection of misconduct. To conclude, these technologies should not be implemented to survey citizens in Utica. The technology is being used as warrantless searches and are direct infringement on our Fourth Amendment rights. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President, for the record, we had a 4-hour meeting on the flock
Point of
system,
order.
Okay?
Point
I
of
think
order.
Our police,
This is
I
so
think our
inappropriate.
police
This is
department
so
has
disrespectful.
explained it.
Point of order.
I think our
Point of order.
The
She
point of
doesn't
order
have
on
the
you
floor.
because you're causing this,
guys,
lady. You're causing this, and you
look
know
at your
you
mayor.
had the lieutenant come
Point
here and
of
explain
order.
it to you
Guys.
that that's not what that's
Get it
not
out for a
that's
second.
not
We're-
what's happening.
We're not doing it right
It's
now.
not what's
Let that-
happening though.
But
It's so
it is
disrespectful.
what
It's
it is.
not, Katie, and you keep
Guys,
telling people
guys.
that this is what's coming on. You've got our police department here
Point of order.
explaining to you for 4 hours that that's not the case.
Make a motion to censure.
Okay,
Censure me, I dare you.
let's
I
go.
am. If I can get a second.
Please.
It's out of control.
Our next
You're telling
speaker-
people what's actually going on.
Haley Rudolph,
Absolutely ridiculous.
please,
Read
come
a
on.
book. This is.
That's not the truth, and you know it.
Guys.
That's a fuck.
Haley, the Common Council has provided you a copy of Section 3244, public comment period. Are you in agreement with the rule?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Haley. I am a school teacher and professional violinist. I am a new resident and homeowner in Utica. I'm here to speak about the lack of regulation on the tracking of law-abiding citizens, their data, and biometrics. We need policy before any of this kind of tech is installed or implemented. A quick Google search shows that last year, Flock broke Illinois state law by sharing its data illegally. I watched the North Utica meeting where Lieutenant Curley addressed concerns regarding the Flock camera systems, and I appreciate the level of transparency with the attempt to make residents feel safe. I want to make it clear that what I am presenting is not meant as a disparagement of the Utica Police Department. UPD does a fantastic job, and the problem isn't in what this technology is said by UPD to be currently used for. It is about what it has the capabilities to do, how it is expanding, how it is easy for the fine print to change, gain backdoor access once something like this is rolled out without regulation, especially with AI implementation playing a role. Ithaca, Syracuse, Saranac Lake have canceled their deals with Flock as well. Ithaca mayor said, "I don't know that I could live with myself if I allowed something to exist in our community that directly or indirectly led to someone's civil liberties being violated." The capturing of one license plate does not in itself violate the Fourth Amendment. However, captures hundreds of captures tracking a single citizen across connected network, accumulating, leaving an extensive trail of details that would typically require a search warrant, all without your consent. I truly believe the Utica Police has nothing but positive intentions. However, we the people would be naive to think that a national private company run by billionaires isn't planting a Trojan horse disguised as interest in our safety to reap data and biometrics without consent. The Syracuse Common Council on Monday voted unanimously to ban biometric surveillance in most businesses in the city, including grocery and retail stores. Utica should follow suit. I'll conclude with some quotes from our community members. These cameras know your address, when you leave for work, how long you're gone, if you have children, pets, other people in the home. Imagine what a criminal could do with this information. The people who support mass surveillance unfortunately suffer from an elementary understanding of American society. And to finish, Chad Marlowe, the senior policy counsel at the American Civil Liberties Union, said the idea of keeping a dossier of every single person just in case one of us turns out to be a criminal is just about the most un-American approach to privacy I can imagine. Thank you.
Our next speaker, Robert Luca. Robert, Common Council has provided you a copy of Section 3244, public comment period. Are you in agreement?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's tough to go after that. I'll say that much. But one thing I want to say is I appreciate everybody for being here because I see a village in front of everybody. No matter our differences, no matter what we're trying to accomplish, we all come together to get it done. And what I am is innovation in a sense. My name is Robert Lucas. I represent a nonprofit organization that goes by Voice of the Voiceless. And we deal with youth. It's called Voice of the Voiceless. We deal with youth, we deal with parolees, we deal with juvenile delinquents, we deal with, excelling youth. We're in Mohawk Community College. We're also in the Utica Youth Borough. And our adult programs is in the library. But that's not what I'm talking to you here today. We have brought it upon ourselves without no help to create our own center. It's a 3-story building, a 3-story, 9-unit building on the east side, 604 Kasuf. And it's for our kids. It's for innovation. It's for us to be able to actually represent something that identifies us instead of all of the yellow tape and the gate vibes. And we did it without any help. What we're saying is to complete it, we need your help in any way, shape possible. Because at the end of the day, together we are stronger. And that's what I believe, and that's what I want to achieve this summer in Utica, New York. So with your help, I believe that is possible. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you. Our next speaker, Laura Woodman. Laura, the Common Council has provided you a copy of Section 3244, public comment period. Are you in agreement?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Laura Widman. I am a Utica resident, an educator, and a homeowner in the city. And I would like to reiterate other comments expressing concern about the potential of us signing a contract to install flock cameras in the city. Flock, as a private company, pulls data from its cameras into a nationwide database, and this data has been shared and used to create a level of surveillance in other cities that I find to be an affront to democratic values and freedoms. Even when an individual municipality has chosen to share the least data possible, Flock, because it is a private company, has on many occasions chosen to share that data regardless because it has ownership over that data. Flock's database was used by Texas police last year to conduct a nationwide search for a woman who had a self-administered abortion. Illegal in Texas, but legal in the state of New York and many others across the country. I am alarmed by how easy it is to track individuals' movements via Flock and how this data could be weaponized not by Utica police, but by other municipalities and governments across the country to be used beyond the rule of law and beyond a law's jurisdiction. Furthermore, installing Flock cameras would be incongruous with our city's history of supporting immigrants and refugees due to its use by ICE to bolster its enforcement and removal operations. Flock cameras in Utica would be a deterrent to immigrants, documented or not, access to and use of police resources. UPD's immigration policy, quotes, ensures equal service and protection for all residents regardless of national origin or immigration status, and I believe the use of Flock cameras would keep this from being true. I understand and am sympathetic to the city's desire to make enforcing and upholding the law easier and more efficient. I understand that UPD has a very difficult job and that this would in some ways make it easier. But I believe that the abuse of surveillance data captured by these cameras poses a more severe issue. Please add Utica to the list of cities like Ithaca and Syracuse that have chosen to prioritize its residents' rights to privacy and freedom of movement by not installing further Flock cameras or ending contracts with Flock. Thank you.
Aksha Sharma. Aksha, the Common Council has provided you a copy of Section 3244, public comment period. Are you in agreement?
Yep.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Akshay Sharma. I'm a 9-year resident of Utica, and I'm also in opposition of the flock acquisition that's proposed in Utica here. Flock is associated with their automated license plate readers. This collection of personal data in the form of travel patterns, geolocation data, and vehicle information raises potential for misuse of that data. Flock Safety argues the company focuses on license plates rather than people, disregarding the fact that license plates are directly registered and representative of those people. Beyond the nature of sensitive information, there has also been a case of where Flock worked directly with federal government agency, bypassing the local police department in Mountain View, California. I ask that Utica City Council to follow Ithaca's example in terminating the contract with Flock, recognizing this tool has immense potential for abuse and exploitation, and distancing it from citizens of Utica should be in the city's top priority. Thank you.
Thank you. Our last speaker, Francis Brown.
Mr. President, I think you forgot Elaine Varga on your list. Was she on there after A?
I said in the beginning. So
Oh.
I heard Larry L. at the beginning.
He said she
can speak.
Can I finish talking? I don't think she heard you. That's all. That's all.
You want to come? Okay. Elaine, the Common Council has provided you a copy of Section 3244, Public Comment Period. Are you in agreement?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And my apologies for not having heard and for getting out of order here, but thank you. And good evening, and thank you very much for the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Elaine Varga, and I use the pronouns she and her. I come here tonight as a board member of the United County Pride Alliance, an educator, and an advocate, but most of all, someone for whom Utica has been home for many years. This may feel like a contemporary struggle in talking about things like raising the pride flag and a new decision to make, but it seems very familiar to me. While I know that there are others, like Ace, who can speak eloquently to policy, processes, and most certainly the meaning of the pride flag in these days and times, I come to you with a sense of the LGBTQ community history in Utica. While we have deep roots in Utica, and this is not the time and place to talk about all of that in depth, I can speak to moments that made a difference in my life and many others over the year, and what that means for us now. I can remember, for example, all the way back in 1985, the First Presbyterian Church reaching out to the LGBTQ community to establish a temporary telephone hotline in Utica to field calls, questions, and needs for support in response to a movie being aired on network TV. The calls led to the incorporation of the Greater Utica Lambda Fellowship, a nonprofit LGBTQ community, in 1988. 10 years later, we held the first Pride Parade. It wasn't very far, but those blocks down Bleecker Street to Genesee to Steuben Park made all the difference that year for what seemed like hundreds of people marching. I had a friend, then a college student and now a professional, who put together an album around the Pride Parades in the late 90s that he still has and shared with me recently. We remember rainbow flags flying on Genesee Street, celebrating Pride at City Hall, as well in the city parks. The coming together of organizations, individuals, businesses, and more to celebrate in community while also recognizing the challenges we faced made an impact that still resonates with those that were there. 20 years after that, after a similar call to action arising from a Pride Festival, a United County Pride Alliance was formed, leading to a resurgence of community-based Pride festivals and celebrations and beginning the tradition of flying the Pride flag in Hanna Park. Don't get me wrong, this was not easily accomplished or without its own set of complications. I know these conversations take place in a larger, long-term historical context, both nationally and locally, and there's a great deal happening in the years in between that I can't adequately represent. All of those, however, arose from a moment in time when individuals or a group responded to the call to find ways to build a truly diverse and inclusive community. You are, as Utica call it, Utica's Common Council members, representing all of those in your community who call Utica home, like me, which includes the young people and the elders who all see and hear the messages sent when flags are flown, as well as when they're not. This is your moment to send a message to members of your community that they are seen, heard, welcomed, and valued. I encourage you to hear those voices and take the opportunity to find a way through the processes and policies this year for Pride Month in Utica. And thank you.
Thank you. Francis Brown? Francis, Common Council has provided you a copy of Section 3244 Public Comment Period. Are you in agreement?
Yes.
Thank you, Francis.
Memorial Day, once known as Dedication Day, is a federal holiday to mourn the U.S. military personnel who died while serving the United States Armed Forces. Myself, I also mourn the dead that have served our country and put their lives on the line for our freedoms. There are many important military personnel buried here in Utica, from the Revolutionary War to the present-day military deployments. Some include Dr. John Crochlin. He was the 4th Surgeon General of our Continental Army during the American Revolution. He's buried at Forest Hill Cemetery. And you have Benjamin Walker, who was the aide-de-camp to General Steuben, of which his fluency of French helps translate Steuben's words and orders which trained Washington's armies. As at the close of the war, he served as Washington's aide-de-camp. He is buried at Forest Hill Cemetery. And you have Samuel Lewis Breeze. He was a rear admiral in the United States Navy. His active duties career included the War of 1812, the Mexican-American War, and the American Civil War. For his gallant conduct during the Battle of Plattsburgh, he received a sword and thanks from Congress. He's buried at Forest Hill Cemetery. You have James McQuaid, was a colonel in the 14th New York Regiment, also known as the Utica Citizens Corps, which was placed in defense of front of the national capital during the Civil War. He's buried at St. Agnes. You got James Gridsley, was a reception of the Medal of Honor for his actions during the Battle of Five Forks. He's buried at Forest Hill Cemetery. These are just to name a few. Remember, freedom is not free. It takes courage and sacrifice to keep our great nation strong. After the Utica Memorial Parade, I will be going up to Forest Hill to pay my respects to some Revolutionary soldiers and Dr. Krogan, as well as many other deceased military personnel. I encourage others to do the same at Utica cemeteries and beyond. And I am proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died and gave that right to me. Lee Greenwood. Thank you.
Francis, thank you very much. We do not have any guest speakers, no communication from the mayor, report of city officers. We'll start with Deputy Fire Chief Noon.
Yeah, I don't have anything really to report on. Obviously we closed the South Utica Fire Station. We're looking into that. We have engineers looking. We're going to have the concrete tested and then develop a plan to get that back open. It's in the preliminary stages. If anybody has questions, either now or later on, you can
Chief,
ask me, but
very quickly, we did have a plan before, because we knew that this was a possibility of happening. Is it the same contract that you had before, or is it something new, or?
I don't really know what you're talking
So,
about.
I mean, I talked to the chief, and
Yeah.
he said that there was a plan to actually put the concrete in, and it would cost us about $500,000
Yeah,
to
that-
$700,000. So, I mean, are you developing a new plan, or is it the same plan from before?
Yeah, I don't know how far that plan actually got. I mean, that's an idea. It's been done in the past in other municipalities. That's very costly, probably looking at $1 million or so, changing on the houses. No, I absolutely understand that. We're gonna try to develop whatever the most cost-effective plan is and a long-term plan. What I can tell you here, and Phil could probably, Deputy Chief Krasinski could probably back me up on this, is that there's going to be a short-term plan to get it back open, and then a longer-range plan to keep that or something similar to it open.
Okay. Deputy Chief, you want to speak on that, or do you have anything to report, or that's it?
No, we're in talks. Obviously, been working with Nick Becker from the engineering office, talking with the structural engineer from Wendell Associates. They're the ones that are spearheading the actual testing. Once the concrete testing is complete and they know what the exact strength of the concrete is, because the way that floor is constructed is you have approximately 10 to 12 inches of steel reinforced concrete with, as we learned in 2022 when we were looking at just for a cost of a remodel, another 4 to 5 inch bed of sand and then another 4 inch layer of concrete on top of that. So there's obviously deterioration in the top layer. The main structural steel reinforced concrete is obviously weakened at over 114 years. So once we understand what the strength of the concrete is, then the engineers can come up with a shoring plan to ensure not only the floor stays stable, but the fire apparatus can be parked back on top of it safely.
Okay. Thank you.
City Engineer Nick Breidenbecker.
Paving is not awarded yet, but we are working through our numbers, and it'll be coming out very shortly. We are amped and ready.
Thank you very much. Our DPW Commissioner, Mark Sokolowski.
I have nothing to report.
Thank you. From the Police Department, Captain Murphy.
Yes, Chief Williams, just want to make everyone aware that we held our annual award ceremony last Thursday, and we gave out many awards to the brave men and women of the Utica Police Department throughout the year for their acts of heroism. And he just wanted to thank all the members of the Common Council that attended that award ceremony, and that we really appreciated it. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain. Brian Thomas, Urban Renewal.
Nothing to report.
Thank you. We do have a cash report.
City of Utica cash report for April 2026 totals $28.626 million received and filed.
Petitions, remonstrances, and appeals. First District Council Member Katie Isle.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to start by saying my heart goes out to Thalia's family. She will be deeply missed. There wasn't ever a question she didn't have an answer for back here, and definitely will miss her. We thank you for everybody else coming in also today speaking on Pride. I know it's been a long 2 years to get here, and I know I'm excited for the city to finally get this back up and flying, and any other flags that we want to start being able to honor in the city. And I'm glad to hear that the community's concerns about Flock. You guys know I echo the same concerns, and I think I have some colleagues who think that we're making this up, which is absurd. So I'm glad many of you can come and shed light on this. And it's not just us in this room. It's these Flock vulnerabilities have been published and flagged by MITRE, which is part of Homeland Security to manage cybersecurity threats. I've shared this information before. Some of the risks are still rated as high or critical. Congress has even looked into it and called on the FTC for a formal investigation into Flock's negligence and risk to security. This is a larger issue than here, and it's why so many cities are standing against it and saying, not this company, not this vendor. And it's very simple to read up on this or just listen to your constituents. So if anybody wants actually to learn more on it, if you're confused about it, I can give you more information. I provided the white papers to the police chiefs the other week that elaborates on the 52 vulnerabilities, but otherwise, thank you for everybody for showing up. That's what it's all about. I'm all set.
Okay, thank you. Second District Council Member Robert Burmaster.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have nothing to pass for now.
Thank you. Third District Council Member, President Pro Temp and Committee of the Whole Chair, Joseph Bitar.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just to echo what Councilwoman Aiello had said and so many others, my heart goes out to Thalia's family. It's someone I've known essentially my whole life, along with her family, growing up with them, and it's a tough thing, and we're very sorry for their loss. And then just to touch on Deputy Chief or Assistant Chief and Deputy Chief regarding Station 4 in South Utica, I appreciate you laying out the immediate and long-term plans, and just so members of the public are aware, and in South Utica. So while Station 4 is closed, it's my understanding the crew and apparatus is running out of Station 7 at Park Avenue. So South Utica is getting fire service from that location. Could you just confirm that and speak on that just briefly?
Yeah, one truck has been relocated to Station 7. There is some delay to Deep South Utica. But Oneida Square, the beauty of Oneida Square is that you can get everywhere pretty quickly in the city, so.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to mention that to members of the public that at this time South Utica is getting that service out of Station 7, out of Park Avenue. Appreciate that. Otherwise, thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, council member. 4th District Council Member Frank Kirkone.
Yeah, I also know Thalia a very, very long time, and she's going to be very missed as a beautiful person outside this place. She's just a wonderful, wonderful lady who had a lot of compassion for people. And I also like to thank Mark because he takes calls no matter what. He's on call 24 hours. He gets things. I call him at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. He answers the phone, and I appreciate that. And it wouldn't be a meeting if I didn't mention that us as a council better wake up, because 2 or 3 years down the road, we are going to be very, very short policemen, and we better start acting on it. And we're acting on a lot of other things. We're just ignoring the fact that how many police we are down and how many police we are going to be down. And we talked about some steps, and we better start moving on them. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, council member. 5th District Council Member Ben Servant.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. President. I also knew Thalia. I was down here bugging her all the time. Whenever one of the organizations I was involved in needed to come and pay the fee for the park, they always sent me. So I was on here driving her crazy. So hearing of her passing kind of really hurt me a little bit, and my wife and I talked about it, but my sympathy goes out to the family. And I know they'll be okay. I knew one of the young men that was standing there. I didn't even know that was his grandmother. He's a good friend of my son, so that kind of surprised me that that was his grandmother. But anyway, Juneteenth is going to be held on June 20th, 2026 at Kimball Park. They have vendors, food trucks, and I think it's going to start about 10, 11 o'clock if anybody wants to come, Kimball Park. I want to thank the fire department. They actually did send somebody out for what we do with the Teen Accountability Court. We actually had them talking to the 12 kids that we have on ankle monitors that we deal with from 4 to 6. And they came and did a presentation with them, and they really loved the fire department coming over, talking to them about being firefighters, but none of them want to be firefighters, so you can forget about that. The Impact Center on West Street is still being dug up. I don't know when the groundbreaking is, but it's going to be coming up soon. So get ready for that. I think I'll be out there with a shovel. And I think that's all I have for right now. Thank you.
Thank you, council member. 6th District Council Member Joseph Beatrice.
Thank you, Mr. President. The only thing I'm going to say, Thalia, she was more of a friend to me than a co-worker. Known her all my life, well, the last 30 years since I actually met her when I coached her son as a young boy at soccer. But she'll be greatly missed, and you guys hang in there in the clerk's office. I appreciate everything you guys have done this last week. I'd like to just shout out a quick thank you to our Utica police and our fire for a rescue they conducted yesterday, and just thank you. The other thing I want to talk about, I want to thank everybody who came out here for public comment tonight, but I just want to say a couple of things. I understand the flag, but I just want you guys to understand too, the last 2 years, there might not have been a flag up, but you guys had more. The lights in Utica were there. Your flag was put through every window in City Hall. It might have not been on the flag pole, but your flag was here, so nobody disrespected you and didn't hang that, okay? The flag post, the flag is basically for the United States, where we live. That's the country. Our country is our #1 priority. And we have other days that other countries are celebrated. Not every organization is on that flagpole. And I understand where you're coming from, and I give you all the credit in the world for coming, and thank you for coming. But let's not forget that you guys, there was a lot of support, and I continue to support all your organizations. The last thing I want to talk about is Shot Spotter and Flock. I really don't understand why we ask department heads to come to these meetings who run the city and get their advice. So we heard police chief, deputy chief come, and we talked about the amount of shootings that are down in this city, okay, through Shot Spotter, and now we have Flock. I do understand the concerns of it, but these are positive things. As councilmen, Carcone states, we're short 16 to 20 police officers. We need every bit of help that we can. And if we're worried about your license plate or anything else like that, we need to be safe. I mean, aren't you guys, isn't the public happy that we're down almost 150? What was the exact number of shots fired incidents and murders? I mean, where do you think that came from? We're down 20 police. How are they finding this out? But they're finding it with the technology. So, I mean, I get it, okay? Maybe this company is not the best company. I don't have a problem with it. They tell me, I listen to the people who are running the city and are running the police department. They say it's okay. What do we even bother having them for if we're not going to listen to them? So the last thing I want to say is I want to thank everybody who came out to the 110 celebration of the annex of North Utica last Saturday. We had a great celebration. It was great that it was there, and thank you again, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilmember. No. You guys spoke. Nobody, there's no booze. Councilmember at large, Heather Waslewski.
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I have spoken to past for it's not easy to go up and advocate. Also, I'm excited to support the flag raising. So that's something. And it's our job is to represent the people in the city, not the administration, not the council, but not you. Not saying we don't respect the administration, but our job is to first listen to all of you. And I stand by that. So thank you for coming up tonight. We heard your words, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember at large, Minority Leader Samantha Claudio Testa.
Thank you, Mr. President. The only thing that I've got to say is thank you for inviting Thalia's family. I mean, she's going to be missed very much. So thank you, and appreciate that.
Councilmember at large, Majority Leader Jack LaMedico.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to thank everybody coming in today and giving us your opinion. We do listen, and I'll be looking into it a little more, doing some of my own studying on the shots. So thank you for coming on that. Thalia, I met her in 9th grade in my homeroom, and we sat next to each other throughout 4 years in high school.
Poor Thalia.
Did you cheat off her?
And at the end of the 4 years, she still considered me her friend, so I guess that's pretty good. But no, my thoughts to her family, I cared about Thalia a lot, and it took a piece of me when we left her. And it seems like every time you lose somebody, you lose a piece of yourself. And that's how I feel about Thalia. She was a valuable person to the city, and she was a valuable person to me and to my heart on that. Mark, thank you for everything you do. I appreciate it. By the way, on Albany Street, there's a bucket there filled with something that's been sitting there for 3 or 4 days across the street from Buckley Pool. I have no clue what's in that bucket, but it's full, and there's a cover on it, aluminum cover on it. God knows what's in it.
On your way home tonight,
Yeah,
put it up and call me and let me
give
know
me
what's
some
in it.
litmus paper. I'll dump it in there.
I put it there for you, yeah. All right, Jack, I'll take care of it.
Just let me know after you test it.
Yeah, I'll go get it myself.
Dip your finger in it.
You took a picture of it? My wife was walking.
Nick, thank you for working on the roads. We look forward to seeing something, and hopefully we can get the fire department rolling again. And over there in South Utica, hopefully. I look forward to hearing exactly what the final plan is and what the future plans are as well. So thank you, guys. I appreciate everybody working for the city.
You might need the hazmat for that.
And thank you for the clerk's office for kicking in where Thalia's gone. You guys did a great job, and Melissa, you did a wonderful job today on your speech there, and thank you very much. That's it, thank you.
Thank you, council member. Can I have a motion and a second to introduce proposed resolution number 1?
Motion. Second.
Yep, thank you. Resolution approving railroad law application form, whereas the city of Utica desires to discontinue an at-grade railroad crossing that crosses Sickenburger Lane in the city of Utica, whereas the discontinuance of the crossing requires that the city of Utica apply to the New York State Department of Transportation pursuant to railroad law and 91 for approval. Now therefore be it resolved that the City of Utica Common Council approves the discontinuance of the at-grade railroad crossing that crosses Sickenburg Lane in the City of Utica. Be it further resolved that the Mayor of City of Utica is authorized to execute this application and any other documents necessary to effectuate the intent of this resolution. Votes, please.
Nine yeas adopted.
Can I have a motion and a second to introduce proposed resolution number 2?
Motion.
Thank you.
Resolution to approve and endorse the city's New York Place application for MLK Dream Park in Cornhill. Whereas Governor Hochul announced the New York Places for Learning, Activity, and Youth Socialization initiative to support design, construction, and renovation of playgrounds that are open to the public in communities across the state. Now therefore be it resolved that the Common Council of the City of Utica hereby does approve and endorse the submission of the grant request by the city under New York Plays program to fund a new playground in MLK Dream Park in Cornhill. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
A motion and a second to introduce proposed resolution number 3.
Motion.
Thank you.
Authorizing sale of beer and wine at the Rust Belt Regatta Post-Race Party. Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce, FX Matt Brewery, Rust Belt Regatta Post-Race Party, Saturday, September 20th, 2026, 2 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., Utica Harbor. Your votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Can I have a motion and a second to introduce proposed resolution number 4?
Motion.
Thank you.
Authorizing sale of beer and wine to Santa Rosalia Society. Santa Rosalia Society, Santa Rosalia Feast, Saturday, August 29th, 2026, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Sunday, August 30th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., 300 block of Mohawk Street, Utica, New York, 13501. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Motion and a second to introduce proposed resolution number 6. Motion and a second, someone? Yep. Authorizing sale of beer and wine for the July 4th celebration.
Oh, you didn't want to do it?
Utica City,
About this one.
Utica Center for Development, Utica 4th celebration at Harbor Point, Saturday, July 4th, 2026, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., Utica Harbor. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
A motion and a second to introduce proposed ordinance number 7.
Motion.
Second.
Thank you.
E&A transfer fiscal year 2025-2026 be it ordained that the controller for the city of Utica is hereby authorized and directed to make the following transfer of $260,000. Votes, please. Year-end account. That's explanation. Close.
9 yeas adopted.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to introduce proposed resolution number 8.
Motion.
Yep.
Thank you.
Ordinance waiving residency requirement for the position of Parks Mason. Whereas the city has conducted an extensive search and advertisement for the position of Parks Mason is having difficulties finding qualified, hardworking candidates, whereas Mr. Petrello Jr. would be an asset to the department, and he's very eager to learn and ambitious. Further ordained, this waiver applies to the individual in the position only and will not be applicable to any future applicants for the position unless otherwise determined by the ordinance of the Common Council. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Can I have a motion and a second to introduce proposed resolution number 9?
Motion?
Authorizing sale of beer and wine to Munson BTS Catering. Munson BTS Catering 2026 Summer Arts Festival, Friday, July 17th, 2026, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday, July 18th, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Munson, 310 Genesee Street, Utica, New York, 13501.
9 yeas adopted.
Can I have a motion and a second to introduce proposed resolution number 10?
Motion?
Resolution approving sub-recipient agreement for the distribution of United Counties Award for under New York State Discovery referendum.
The only thing that I want to make an amendment on is it states that the mayor's,
Fiscal year 2023,
it says the mayor's authorized to execute this agreement. I mean, if we're approving this, I would like to see the agreement if it's not already done. I mean, so the only thing is council approval after it's already signed. I'd like to make a amendment to that, if the council doesn't mind.
Is that?
They awarded it then, which is now.
So they're reimbursing them, but I mean, obviously, I don't know if there was an agreement. I mean, there could have been. I didn't see it. So just as long as the council gets the approval on the agreement, that's all. I'd like to make a motion to make that amendment.
Second.
Thank you.
Votes on the amendment?
9 yeas to amend.
Motion to
And
move?
then, motion and second. Vote on the legislation?
Nine yeas adopted.
Can we have a motion and a second to introduce proposed ordinance number 11?
Motion.
Thank you.
Yeah, ordinance authorizing purchase of 37 Meadow Street. Further ordain the property to be acquired and the price to be paid therefore is 37 Meadow Street as described and attached Exhibit A for the purchase price of $75,000. Votes, please.
Nine yeas adopted.
Can we have a motion and a second to introduce proposed ordinance number 12?
Motion.
E&A transfer fiscal year 2025-2026 be it ordained that the controller for the city of Utica is hereby authorized and directed to make the following transfers: $47,664.18. End of the year overages. Votes, please.
Nine yeas adopted.
Can I have a motion and a second to introduce proposed ordinance number 13?
Motion.
Thank you.
E&A transfer fiscal year 2025-26. Be it ordained that the controller for the city of Utica is hereby authorized and directed to make the following transfer of funds: law salaries, $24,637. Law contracted services, $24,637. Votes, please.
Nine yeas adopted.
We have a motion and a second for proposed ordinance number 14.
I'd like to make a motion to amend.
Can I have a second?
And it's after an estimated maximum cost not to exceed $850,000 as it pertains to 12 police vehicles, 1 pickup truck, 1 animal control vehicle, and 1 ATV.
Yep, can I have your votes on the amendment?
Yeah, I don't mind that. I'd actually like to strike section 15. I mean, I don't know why a type 2 action would need to be involved in that as well. It's just included in the actual bond ordinance? Okay.
Yeah.
Votes on the amendment?
9 yeas amended.
Yep, bond ordinance dated May 20th, 2026, authorizing the issuance of $850,000 serial bonds of the city of Utica, Oneida County, New York, to finance the purchase of police department vehicles. Votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Can I have a motion and a second to introduce proposed resolution number 15?
Motion.
Councilmember Ayala, would you like to read this proclamation?
No, I'll let you go ahead and do the honors. Thank you. Should we do the vote first? Are we doing the vote? Or you read it first? Yeah, thank you. I just didn't know if it passed.
Okay. Yep. City of Utica proclamation recognizing Pride Month. Whereas the City of Utica joins proud allies and members of the LGBTQ community to observe Pride Month with a pride flag raising ceremony to honor the history of the LGBTQ liberation movement and to support the rights of all citizens to experience equality and freedom from discrimination. And whereas the rainbow flag is widely recognized as a symbol of pride, inclusion, and support for social movements that advocate for the LGBTQ people in society. And whereas all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights, LGBTQ individuals have had immeasurable impact to the cultural, civic, and economic successes of our country and city. And whereas the City of Utica is committed to supporting visibility, dignity, and equality for the LGBTQ people in our diverse community. And whereas while society at large increasingly supports LGBTQ equality, it is essential to acknowledge that the need for education and awareness remains vital to end discrimination and prejudice. And whereas this nation was founded on the principle that every individual has infinite dignity and worth, and the City of Utica calls upon the people of this municipality to embrace this principle and work to eliminate prejudice everywhere it exists. And whereas celebrating Pride Month influences awareness and provides support and advocacy for Oneida County's LGBTQ plus community, and is an opportunity to take action and engage in dialogue to strengthen alliances, build acceptance, and advance equal rights. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the City of Utica Common Council hereby proclaims the month of June 2026 as Pride Month in the City of Utica. Be it further proclaimed that the rainbow flag will be raised this June 2026, recognizing all LGBTQ residents whose influential and lasting contribution.
There's two things on this, and I don't mind recognizing Pride Month. But our ordinance has to coincide with this, because if we're saying that we're raising a flag, then we also have to do it with the ordinance, because now you're conflicting your resolutions. So I don't mind recognizing Pride Month. I have no problem with that, but you have to strike the flag raising, because we're putting ourselves as a liability.
We're about to vote on that in the next ordinance 7.
No, okay, so then you need to do the ordinance first, and then you do the resolution. I cannot conflict, like, I can't do that, Rock. I
You
can't.
literally
And I
don't
wanna
have to do it
vote
out of order.
And recognize Pride Month, but I can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot vote on that, saying that we're recognizing the flag if it's not part of our actual ordinance. I can't do it.
So you want to vote on ordinance
Ms.
7
Ayo,
first?
If
you
you
feel
don't
more comfortable with
mind,
that first?
if you do not mind, I would please rather have the ordinance
Can
go
I-
first.
First of all, do you want full council on this?
I don't mind full council on it, as long as it's recognizing Pride Month, I have no problem with that.
This and
I
vote
just
on
can't
pull out ordinance 7 out of
conflict
committee
in-
first for raising the city hall
I
flags.
can't conflict voting on an ordinance in that. It's got to
So
come
we're
first.
going to
Whatever you want, council.
motion to table this. Yeah. So we're gonna pull ordinance. Yeah, I'm motioning to table ordinance resolution 15.
Okay, temporary.
Now I'm going to pull ordinance 7 out of committee for raising city hall flags.
Second, pull out of committee. Second. Ordinance adding section 2-18 to display of flags and flag raisings at City of Utica, the City of Utica City ordinances. So, okay. Whereas the City of Utica is traditionally displays the United States of America flags on city property. Whereas historically, the city has, on occasion, permitted the temporary display of additional flags in connection with ceremonies, cultural recognitions, official events at the city hall. Whereas the court further recognized that municipalities may lawfully define and limit flag displays as expressions of government speech when accompanied by clear policies and standards. Whereas it's important that the city of Utica, as a city of immigrants, be able to express its official solidarity with people who have come with Utica from the other nations, and to express other official city endorsed messages from the mayor and the common council that may be appropriately accompanied by ceremonial flag raising. Whereas this article should take effect upon final passage of the City of Utica Common Council on 2/18 effective date. Votes, please.
8 yeas adopted.
Motion to move resolution 15.
Votes, please, on that. Need a second? Votes on 15.
Eight yeas adopted.
you have a motion and a second to
I'd like to-
introduce proposed ordinance number 16?
The only thing that I would like to say is, I am an ordained minister. I have married gay couples. I have a gay uncle. It has nothing to do with that. But for myself, and not even having a meeting to have that discussion on it, to even know I don't even, it has nothing to do with the gay pride flag. I don't even know what flags they're even talking about. I mean, and every single person in this room just voted on that. And that's my problem. I just, it has nothing to do with that. So that's it. And it has nothing to do with anybody that spoke. I have the utmost respect. And I have literally been an ordained minister that has married gay couples. So please, it has nothing to do with anybody that spoke tonight. I have the utmost respect for every single person that sits there. But please, it's a little more than just approving that.
As long
Thank
as
you.
we're qualifying votes, 2 years ago, I was told as long as we made this legislation identical to City of Boston, I would have the full support of everyone in this room and the mayors. And 2 years later, that is not the case. Unfortunate. Thank you.
Because you don't even have meetings. We just vote on stuff.
Yeah, proposed, a motion and second to introduce proposed ordinance number 16.
Motion.
Intersections where stop required be it ordained in section 216-358. Schedule C intersection where stop required be amended to include the following: Sunset Avenue and Middle Street, four-way stop here, further ordained that the proper signage be erected. Your votes, please.
9 yeas adopted.
Mr. President.
Yeah, if I may here, just to lock down a couple of committee of the whole meeting. So we earlier discussed June 3rd at 5 p.m., Councilman Beatrice, regarding codes. I'd like to call a committee meeting May 27th, that's next Wednesday at 5 p.m. to discuss the South Utica Fire Station.
That day, we could
If
do
it
a
works for
different
the fire department.
By what day?
Wednesday.
I don't know. We'll wait.
Yeah, what committee meeting?
And also to discuss local law number 1 of 2026 dated 3/18/26 that's in committee regarding the senior property tax exemption.
Oh, yeah.
On May 27th?
Next Wednesday.
Yep.
On what day?
Good. All right.
Yes.
Well, just an update for residents of South Utica as our Assistant Chief, Deputy Chief laid out tonight, just so residents know the process
And if we can make
understand
invite
what's going
the
on.
mayor also, yeah, we'll just meet with them. We'll just meet with them on that then? Okay.
I think when Joe was also put out, we both live in South Utica, so we both
Okay.
just keep getting calls, not stop.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Adjourn.